I'm James Franklin, Branch Chief of the Hurricane Specialist Unit at NOAA's National Hurricane Center in Miami. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st through November 30th. Every coastal community, from Atlantic Canada through the U.S. East and Gulf coasts, Latin America, and across the Caribbean, is vulnerable to these massive storms. Hurricane hazards include high winds, heavy rains, storm surge, inland flooding, and tornadoes. And recent storms such as Sandy, Irene, and Ike have had a deadly impact. You've probably heard NOAA's seasonal outlook, forecasting how many named storms, hurricanes, and major hurricanes will occur over the entire season. But please don't use the seasonal forecast to decide if or how you should prepare. These outlooks can't forecast where a storm will make landfall, and it only takes one storm hitting your community to make it a bad year for you. Forecasters at NOAA's National Hurricane Center continuously monitor the tropics for signs of a developing storm, forecasting the storm track and intensity, and then issuing timely watches and warnings as the storm approaches land. But you have to do your part. Be prepared this hurricane season. For more information, visit our website at hurricanes.gov.
I'm Daniel Brown, Hurricane Specialist at NOAA's National Hurricane Center in Miami. Storm surge is the deadliest hazard associated with hurricanes. It's a rise in the sea level produced by water being pushed toward the shore by the force of the winds within a storm. But storm surge is not just a coastal event. In some areas, the seawater can travel well inland with devastating consequences. There is no one-size-fits-all. Storm surge is strongly influenced by a hurricane's track, forward motion, intensity, and size. Changes in any of these storm characteristics will significantly alter the amount of storm surge. NOAA's National Hurricane Center website has links to improve access and understanding of its storm surge products and services. This website is especially useful when a hurricane approaches the U.S. coastline. The Storm Surge Product section includes a decision support tool that will take visitors step by step through storm surge forecasts and information as the storm moves toward land. While it's extremely difficult to forecast the exact level of storm surge, we can provide the information you need to make an educated decision about your risk of storm surge. Be prepared this hurricane season. For more information, visit our website at hurricanes.gov/surge.
I'm Eric Blake, Hurricane Specialist at NOAA's National Hurricane Center in Miami. Hurricane force winds range from 74 to more than 180 miles per hour. The Saffir-Simpson Hurricane Wind Scale rates hurricanes on a scale from 1 to 5 based on the storm's strongest winds and relates these wind speeds to potential impacts and damage. Tropical storms have lower wind speeds, anywhere between 39 and 73 miles per hour. But tropical storm force winds are strong enough to be dangerous too, and in fact, emergency managers plan on having their evacuations complete and citizens sheltered before the onset of tropical storm force winds, not hurricane force winds. Hurricanes and tropical storms can also produce tornadoes that add to the storm's destructive power. They're most likely to occur in the right front quadrant of the tropical cyclone, but also can be embedded in the rain bands, well away from the storm's center. As the storm approaches, your local National Weather Service forecast office has a responsibility of issuing the warnings for tornadoes, inland high winds, and flooding. Make sure you have a battery backup NOAA weather radio handy and be prepared this hurricane season. For more information, visit our website at hurricanes.gov.
I'm John Cangialosi, Hurricane Specialist at NOAA's National Hurricane Center in Miami. When it comes to hurricanes, wind speeds don't tell the whole story. Hurricanes produce storm surges, tornadoes, and often the most deadly of all, inland flooding. Inland flooding can be a major threat to communities hundreds of miles from the coast, as intense rain falls from these huge tropical air masses. A quarter of the hurricane fatalities during the past 50 years are a direct result of inland flooding. The intense rainfall is not directly related to the wind speed of tropical cyclones. In fact, some of the worst flooding events have occurred from weaker storms that drift slowly or stall over an area. 2001's Tropical Storm Allison produced extremely heavy rainfall and catastrophic floods in the Houston, Texas area. 41 people were killed. Damage estimates by FEMA were near $5 billion, most of that in the Houston metropolitan area alone. So the next time you hear hurricane, think inland flooding. Have flood insurance. Flood damage is not usually covered by homeowners insurance. The National Flood Insurance Program is a pre-disaster flood mitigation and insurance protection program, making federally backed flood insurance available to residents and business owners. Be prepared this hurricane season. For more information, visit our website at hurricanes.gov.
I'm Michael Brennan, Senior Hurricane Specialist at NOAA's National Hurricane Center in Miami. Part of the mission of the National Weather Service is to save lives and protect property by issuing watches, warnings, forecasts, and analyses of hazardous weather conditions in the tropics. It's a collaborative effort across several NOAA offices, working together to make the best possible forecast. Hurricane Hunter aircraft from NOAA and the Air Force fly into the heart of the storm, gathering detailed information on storm location, motion, strength, and size that can't be obtained any other way. Other NOAA aircraft use special instrument packages called drop-wind-sondes to measure the steering currents surrounding the storm. Observations also come from polar and geostationary satellites, ocean buoys, and Doppler radar. All of these data are checked for quality and then put into a suite of computer models that generate predictions of the hurricane's behavior and the general conditions of the atmosphere in which the hurricane is embedded. The observations are also sent directly to NHC. They're analyzed by the hurricane specialists, who combine the data with their experience to formulate the forecast and decide when and where to issue warnings. Other parts of NOAA contribute their expertise by making forecasts of storm surge, rainfall, and tornadoes. But even accurate forecasts and warnings aren't enough if you're not ready to take action when a storm is headed your way. Be prepared this hurricane season. For more information, visit our website at hurricanes.gov.
Hello, I'm Craig Fugate, the administrator of FEMA. June 1st is the start of the hurricane season. Now's the time to get ready before a storm threatens your community. Do you know what to do if a hurricane watch is ordered for your community? Do you have a plan to evacuate if local officials call for an evacuation? Don't wait till a storm threatens to find out. Start today by going to ready.gov and get your family disaster plan together. For those residents who live along the coastal communities, this is very important. Find out today if you're in an evacuation zone, and then plan to evacuate if local officials call for the evacuation. Hurricane season can be unpredictable, but you can take control by having your plan ready today. Don't wait for the storms. Go to ready.gov and get your hurricane plan ready today.
I'm Stacy Stewart, Senior Hurricane Specialist at NOAA's National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. Surviving a hurricane all comes down to planning well before the storm arrives. Have a hurricane plan in place. Know the types of hazards that could affect your family and know your home's vulnerability to storm surge, flooding, and wind. Find out if you are in an evacuation zone and have an escape route planned. Assemble a disaster supply kit and have enough water, non-perishable food, and medication to last at least a week. When a watch is issued, the onset of tropical storm force winds is possible within 48 hours. During a watch, check your disaster supply kit to make sure nothing is missing. Activate your hurricane plan. If you have a boat, you might need the extra time to secure it. A warning means that tropical storm force winds are expected to begin within 36 hours. Be ready to use your disaster supply kit and take it with you if you're told to evacuate. Close up storm shutters and remain in a safe place throughout the storm. When the storm is over, don't be a sightseer. If you do venture outdoors, watch out for flooded roads and downed power lines. Wait until an area is declared safe before entering. Be prepared this hurricane season. For more information, visit our website at hurricanes.gov.